Greetings. Today we got two topics to discuss. One of them is with the Neuvilette changes. Yes, it has become a history, but still worth discussing. And the other is the QOL changes. So let's just go with Neuvilette first. This fix has been reverted. So it goes back to normal. Everything is happy. We got compensation that's enough to give us 10 pulls. If we try to think positively, they maybe intentionally make this mistake so that we can get more Primo Gems, so all good for us. Naturally, this is done to adjust the unintended 360 playstyle. Yes, it is pretty annoying to play if you try it yourself, but there are some players out there that actually enjoy this mechanic. They probably get Neuvilette just because of this gameplay mechanic. Plus, in my experience, if you try to play within 90 degree, the gameplay experience is still the same. You still sweep across opponents, but if you try to play beyond that, you can see a sharp decrease in your camera rotational speed, which makes the whole gameplay experience sluggish, harder to try to retarget opponents and all that, so it becomes a net negative experience. But you have to really wonder, which geniuses thought it's a good idea to release that kind of fixes, knowing that it's going to lead to a net negative outcome. But I think player kind of anticipate this event coming long time ago. Like during launch, we already see this mechanic to be quite ridiculous and it's bound to be fixed eventually. But there's no news from them then. And there's no news from them during the rerun, and only now they release the fixes. That's why it's not hard for player to imagine that they have already taken all the benefits. And also, why didn't the game developer make some testing? They mentioned that they did some testing, did some discussion, tons of meetings, and still they released the fixes. You have to praise them, at some point. How do they not do a test to understand whether or not it negatively impact a player playstyle? But at least this is the only few ways we get to hear from the developer how they think about these fixes, or at least how they think about the game. And I have to agree with them though, spinning 360 isn't exactly fun. I don't even see it as a gameplay. But this is a single player game. If this is a mechanic that you can try and play, like, why not? Beyond that, that's really it about Neuvilette discussion. With that, we shall move on to the next topic, and that is with the new QOL. Well, this feature on surface, it just looks like we can freely explore, do quests, and just stack up excessive point, which later can just help you get daily commission done at a really fast pace, like you see right here. Just a few seconds, you're done for the day. Pretty amazing. Yes, it's not exactly playing the game, but grinding daily can get really boring. Like playing daily quests, it sucks. Commissions are the same commissions that you've done 1,000 times. Unless there are commissions that is tied to achievement, I really don't see a need to try to do daily commission. But I think there is more to this mechanic than we initially see. After all, we have to spend resins to do so. Now you may say, spending resins? Is that your only point? What's so difficult about spending resins? The thing is, for us to spend resins, we have to have a desire to build a character in the first place, isn't it? Grinding can be boring. With this in place, right now there's an additional incentive to do so, our daily commission. And this is in line with the recently added game mode that does incentivize us to build more character horizontally, expanding our roster size to have more character to use. So it's a pretty smart move for them to do that, but I still find it kind of weird that they implement this yearly reset feature. It's not a bad thing overall. You can get points rather easily for each new region, like doing Archon quests, exploration itself. But to reset them, I just think that it's just a mean to prevent you from having infinite point in some sense, and that itself makes doing commission useless, which I don't think that's the case as well. As I mentioned, I only do commission when it is tied to unique story quests or achievement, so that purpose is still not going to be removed even if the point system doesn't reset. Before that said, that's it from me. Hope you enjoyed today's discussion. Do let me know how do you find Neuvilette changes and also the brand new QOL. Other than that, as usual, enjoy the rest of your day and goodbye.